Awesome God, mighty God, mighty God, we give you praise, we give you praise. Awesome God, you are highly lifted up. Awesome God, you are highly lifted up, mighty God. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, I am George ONYIBE, and there is need for constant review on what is going on in our life. But before I start this morning, I must appreciate the Almighty Creator, the author of wisdom, the one who knows why we are here and how we came here, the one whose desire is that he might grant us our heart desires, the one who loved us, for keeping all of us alive, for watching over those who deliberately seek to destroy us in form of friends or enemy. We thank the Creator. But of course, he walks among men. From the congregation of men, he chooses who to rise and who to fall. And those of you at this moment who are playing a very crucial role to ensuring the safety of our people, I thank you. You don't need anybody to remind you. We all know the role we are playing. Some of you are ignorantly destroy what you claim to love. No, you are hypocrites. You are working for only God knows who. You see, there are some parents, in an effort to protect their family, they destroy their family. And so, whether you did it ignorantly or not, it makes no difference. If you have destroyed your family by your action or inaction, it puts you on that platform where you truly belong. So whether you are trying to protect our people in the guise of Biafra nation, whether you are trying to protect our people in the guise of Igbo nation, whether you are trying to protect our people in the context of one Nigeria, the truth remains that if your actions and inaction is not actually meant to build them, rather destroying them, you are hypocrites. But most of you have taken time to review your position. Very unpopular this era to come out and speak against atrocity. It is very unpopular. And so all you need to do to gain relevance in a time like this is just begin to praise every criminal-minded individual. They will applaud you for it. If I come out and start telling you about the atrocities of one Nigeria, most of you who are benefiting from what I'm saying, you'll be very happy. The Nigerians, both the ones that are being fooled in the context of one Nigeria, will be angry. If you speak against religion, if you speak against politics of the day, if you speak against criminal, everybody will be against you. But when you tell them the hard truth, only those whose mind are ruled by the Creator understand a time like this. So I thank all of you, whatever role you are playing. The truth is that our job is being done. This morning, without wasting much of our time, I want us to pay attention to one or two issues. Because this is how they sell us. This is how our destinies are being exchanged. This is how they manipulate us. This is how they turn us against each other. This is how they use us to become the very instrument of our undoing. This is how they manipulate us. And each time we unveil some of these secrets for you, it makes the enemy to change their strategy. The reason why we are still here is that we see it's working. So when I come up, for instance, I tell you now the Kanu is going to do like this, he won't do it again. This is for you to feel that what I'm saying is not the truth. Even if it's not the truth, but at least that crime of Nnamdi Kanu, it cannot do it again. But we will push them to the corner, where in the end, they will not have any place to hide anymore. A post is circulating on social media. A supposed dead professor, a professor who was once a governor of the central bank, a professor who is now currently the present governor of Anambra State, a professor. I do not know if a professor is now a chieftaincy title, but he made a billboard in Anambra and he said, releasing Nnamdi Kanu to stop insecurity in the southeast. Is it making sense to you? Release Nnamdi Kanu, that will stop insecurity in the southeast. And then one will begin to ask certain questions. How do they calm down the insecurity in Ebonyi State? Ebonyi State was more battered state by Nnamdi Kanu criminal gang than any other state. Because the Ebonyans were being hunted down home and abroad. We got to a stage where many people even believed, or many people begin to accuse Ebonyi State people for being responsible for the activities of the unknown gunmen and other kidnapping, to mention but a few. But then I thank the governor of Ebonyi State, who was able to reorganize his people, coordinated them, gave them amnesty, rehabilitated them, and of course used them to defend their land. Okwanibo say Agune Chamber. They have become the Ago that is Chele the Amba. Imo State is doing the best they can. But as we speak today, the highest battleized state is Anambra. In fact, most of the activities you see in Anambra and Imo State are interwoven. Anambra is their hideout, where they stroll out and enter Imo and rubbish who they want to rubbish, and then they stroll back because Anambra is their safe haven. And so, you know, somewhere along the line, they need to play some game. Let's kill the people, let's terrorize our land, the government will yield. But if why we came out here in the first place was to stop the indiscriminate killing of our people, by evidence we are being killed. And so to stop the killing of our people, you initiate a process that will further orchestrate a platform for further killing. So who is fooling who here? And now this morning I want us to briefly discuss, look at the topic I titled, Failure to Address the Bone of Contention in the Biafra Restoration Project becomes the greatest challenge we are going to face as a people. Our failure to address the bone of contention, our failure to review the bone of contention in the Biafra Restoration Project, my brother, that is the biggest monster we are going to fight. Let anybody not deceive anybody here. First of all, what is bone of contention? Bone of contention is an issue or a subject that constantly brings disagreement. Every time there is disagreement, you must address it. Failure to address it, my brother, you are not ready for the danger, the monster. And then when you talk about a review, these issues that regularly bring about the bone of contention must be addressed, possibly to affect change. And they say review something. You're asking you look into this and make the necessary change. We have been doing the same thing all this while. We'll continue to repeat them, and that is why we are getting the same result. And so this is the time our people should pay attention to what are the bone of contentions in the Biafra Restoration Project. What are these things bringing up constant argument? This journey didn't start today. As we speak at this moment, many people understand that under normal circumstances, we are supposed to call openly that there will be no election in Nigeria, most especially in our region, until this issue are addressed. It is our right to protest as a means of registering our displeasure or outrightly disagreeing with some governmental policies that are designed to the detriment of our people. But you can't do them now. We have civil liberty organizations. We have human rights violation organization. We have many areas where we would have written petitions. In as much as we understand that the justice system in Nigeria may not give us that justice we demand for, but it is our right to engage Nigerians through this process. And a lot of people have done it in the time past. I understand that over 20 years or more now, Bilia Human Rights still have a case pending in Nigerian court, requesting for readdressing of issues as it affects the people of the Southeast. I can remember clearly that as we speak, a lot of groups have issue regarding Nigeria versus certain region. We know they may not be able to have justice served them in the end, but at least they follow the process. And then the next thing they do is they have the right to protest. And then we remember from insertion in IPOB, we knew we were not going to have justice from the Nigerian justice system. And so we resolved to protest. It's maybe only one protest that I'm not involved in organizing in the history of Biafra agitation here in Biafra land. And that was the protest in Aba. And that was because I've not heard of IPOB and I've not joined IPOB. But from Onitsha Head Bridge shooting to Ekempo to every other one in River State and all of them, I was there. Of course, they did shoot us. But we know what happened. We knew. And those are not the issues I want to address. But the point is that, in fact, I remember when we protested in River State about Donald Trump being sworn in as the president of America, standing in solidarity with him. Maybe it was a means to lobby and see if Donald Trump will pay attention to what we are doing. I remember that very day. The DSS was on ground there. In Waterline bus stop, the chief security officer, the CSO of River State, there were a few people that know me personally. He was around me, but they didn't know I was there. And then I was monitoring the DSS motor to see what they are going to do. We've mobilized our people. We know it is illegal to block the road in the guise of protest. So we told our people, follow one lane. So other motorists and road users can use the other lane without blocking the flow of hold up. Not because we are afraid of blocking the road, because we know it is illegal and we know it is dangerous. Somebody can be in a very health-challenging position. Somebody can be, can need medical attention, and they are in a hurry, and you are protesting, you kill people. It doesn't make sense. We were properly organized. But of course, some criminals will always come and join protests in order to cause problem, which eventually happened, and the volunteers were working very hard to make sure that doesn't happen. The DSS called the River State CSO then and said, please, we are not here to fight you people, but you people should not block the road. And then after discussing with the CSO, and I called the CSO, I said, how did they get your number? They say, you don't know. And I said, what did they tell you? He said, they say we should not block the road. These were the things we have informed our people at the right time. It was this protest that created more awareness, even more than the Radio Biafra. Because not everybody have access to Radio Biafra, but everybody sees the activity that are going on ground. And it was easy for them to identify with us. It was our right. But today, you cannot come out anywhere in the southeast or south-south and say you're protesting. In fact, because of this protest, it was almost forbidden. You do that now, you'll be shot. Why? Why? That process was abused. Why was this protest abused? Bone of contention. The bone of contention have not been addressed. Today, every aspect of law, every area of universal law that support human rights and work against its violation, all of them have turned against us because of our actions. The bone of contention here is that it's not addressed. Soludo has not come out to condemn the activities of the unknown gunmen because they know what is cooking. Peter Obi may have to apologize to people in Southern Kaduna, another place where Boko Haram is ravaging. But he has not talked about insecurity of Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land. Bone of contention. Tell me one single noble Igbo man who has come up to condemn the activity of unknown gunmen. None of them will do that. You know why? They are afraid of unknown gunmen. My brother, what you fear will come upon you. The earlier you know that, the better. You may be able to run very far, but they will catch up with you. And now, why did I come up with this issue? Because most of you are still being fooled by Nnamdi Kanu and his followers. You don't even know what is happening. Chike Doziem made a broadcast yesterday. And Chike Doziem, after patronizing his mugus, told you that the African rep have been suspended indefinitely. The new African rep. And I looked at it and I laughed. Bone of contention. The same way they have informed IPOB Global Mugus not to send money to Germany again. Because in the Nayanya, head of finance, Ogolicho Owa, Nnamdi Kanu auntie, treasurer and financial secretary of all the money of Biafrans, Igbo and non-Igbo alike, for almost 15 years on now, is within the Nayanya. And then Nnamdi Kanu supposedly in DSS cell, being poisoned by DSS according to them, has issued an order from DSS cell that in the Nayanya should shut the account, move all the money to different accounts. Chike Doziem don't know how to cry. So they are not telling you, all IPOB mugus around the world, don't send your money to Germany again. Bone of contention. The same way all of you were here. Nnamdi Kanu wake up one day and start attacking his deputy, Diokpa Uchuka from Mefo. None of you bother to find out from Nnamdi Kanu what really happened. But rather you have Utimbu like Fadangungu and other idiots on social media. They want to defend Nnamdi Kanu. They want to defend Satan to be relevant. They want to defend that which is not defensible. It's bone of contention. My issue, I sit back and I watch them. I pity all of them. Because I have told Chinas and Woru and Nnamdi Kanu, do not wound the animal you cannot kill. Don't wound the animal you cannot kill. Because you see, where we start, we are not leaving you. Nnamdi Kanu started lying until they say Judge ONYIBE was expelled. Let's assume everything they said I did, that I actually did it, and then deny. Don't you think you should have reviewed it? Bone of contention. Most of you call me thief, criminal, Onyoshi transmitter. But you don't know me. It's just because one idiot like Nnamdi Kanu said so, and you believed. Bone of contention. Certain group of people registered their displeasure against Nnamdi Kanu, and all of them were expelled silently. Bone of contention. I have told Chike Doziem, including Chinas and Woru, we are here. That bone of contention we don't want to address. We are shying away. All of you are not going anywhere. All of you are not going anywhere. The earlier you know this, the better. Let's recap a little bit. I was in a particular forum, a car forum, to be precise. My Old Boys Association platform. And now those of us who went to Eka Grammar School are the ones in that forum. And so it's not about Eka people, but everybody who attended Eka Grammar School at a particular period of time. So some are Yoruba, some are Hausa, some are different tribes. What unites us in that platform is not where we come from, but because we were all part of that school. And so they were debating. From one of the broadcasts made by Nnamdi Kanu idiot who said they are uniting Igbo. They were debating about Eka. They say no, Eka people are not Igbo. They migrated from Kafanchan. They were talking rubbish. And I asked the person. I said, what is the difference between Eka and Agbo? He said, Eka is corned by British government. Nothing like Eka. It's okay. And then say, what is the difference between Eka, Owa, and Agbo? Eka is corned by British government, no problem. So, what is the difference between Owa and Agbo? Church don't close. Because people come out and lie, and you buy the lie, bone of contention. It must be addressed. Our fathers told this part. Look at where he has kept us today. When I heard the gospel being preached on Radio Biafra before Nnamdi Kanu allowed the issue of bone of contention to consume him, I thought we'll be able to liberate our people. We were all in IPOB, doing what we are supposed to do, engaging Nigeria and other civil society organizations through the book, by the book. Now they cannot start messing everybody up. They brought Nemi Teri, who I always call Menene Tenini. Now they cannot begin to employ people who are not members of the movement to occupy key positions. You people never, most of you didn't bother to ask question. Bone of contention. The mad dwarf in Finland, you call Simeon Ekpa, autopilot killing merchandise under Nnamdi Kanu, was not a member of IPOB. And so the question should be, is IPOB now a company you can employ and sack, or supposed to be a movement? Simeon Ekpa came during that era. And then Nemi Teri or Merene Tenere, as I call him, is not a member of IPOB. Faith Ogala, Ife, and all of them, I was the one that spoke to people in France then to even admit Ife. They barely know what is happening in IPOB. But you see now they cannot think he want to fool Ijaw people. He want to fight Niger Delta people. He want to use the same policy we are fighting against to destroy us. Bone of contention. They look for a job person that is supposed to handle the post. The only idiots they have access to is Menene Tenere. Menene Tenere or Teri Nerini, whatever they call him, was introduced to me by John Paul Maduabuchi, who, if he didn't lay low, by now they will call him saboteur. And then another Mugu from Urobo. Now they cannot start using them to fight John Paul Maduabuchi. These people were not part of IPOB. When I noticed they were fighting from outside, I call Menene Tenere, why don't you join the struggle? I have said this before. He said he's a teacher in Yoruba school, or Takara teacher. And if he join and they know he's fighting for Biafra, they will sack him. He will lose his accommodation among others. So if we can get accommodation for him, he will join. Those are what Nnamdi Kanu want. They promise you something, they use you and dump you. Bone of contention. That is why they are killing Igbo youth. You see, they will arrest unknown gunmen. All of them are between the ages of 18 to 27 years. That is the unknown gunmen of Nnamdi Kanu that will defend Igbo land. Those are the little children that Simeon Ekpa and other idiots are killing in the name of Biafra. Bone of contention. So after I was expelled, Nnamdi Kanu wanted to create a scenario. And that is to make people believe that, oh, look at it's Niger Delta that is fighting Niger Delta. Because they are the one who started dividing us, bone of contention. Nnamdi Kanu didn't want any Igbo man to get involved in my issue. So he mobilized people from Niger Delta to attack me. I'm happy and I'm not angry with Menene Tenere because Menene Tenere never fought me for once. Menene Tenere knows me very well. Menene Tenere know that I am being set up. Menene Tenere just needed to collect the fund. And most of you supported them with the intention to destroy George ONYIBE. Now, you have not been able to destroy me. Menene Tenere cannot deliver. Menene Tenere have been expelled. Menene Tenere is going to be destroyed. Did I not start telling you this thing almost 3 months ago? But why is it that they cannot control Menene Tenere? Or Nemiteri? Menene Tenere number one refused to attack me. So if you look at Chikedozian broadcast, you will hear him telling you that we noticed that he is working with the predecessor. Outside the period I call Menene Tenere to join IPOB, I've never spoken with them. Because when I noticed that they and Pastor Jack were going to lobby, you know, they God know what they are looking for. And then Nnamdi Kanu needed people on ground to destroy me, to rubbish me. It was easy to gather Faith Ogala. It was easy to gather Efe. Where is witches of Massachusetts, Josephine Erewa? These are non-Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu range all of them to set me up. The bone of contention have not been addressed. And now look at all of them. Where is Chris Ekan? Chikedozie and China Sanworu, all of you. They are afraid of you. They are afraid of you. All the people that are not Igbo in Biafra agitation, they are afraid of all of you. They always call me at the back. I said, boy, this can't tell how you see him. I say anyhow you see him, na so he be. Because Menene Tenere know that Nnamdi Kanu them are using me to set, they use that to set me up, among others. So all of you will say, you know, see an Igbo people. But what Nnamdi Kanu did not count on is that these people are actually addressing the bone of contention. And that is, if Nnamdi Kanu will have the mind to mess this boy up, oh boy, we are not safe. Oh. So they now eat with long spoon. They now observing Nnamdi Kanu. But Nnamdi Kanu have nothing to offer. What he does is use you. When he's done using you, he dump you. He use our money at his disposal and his media tout, they mess you up. But I told them, they are dancing naked in the marketplace. And I will be the last person they will do that to. So what did Menene Tenere do? He's not a criminal. He's not a wayward. He's not evil because he cannot deliver. Menene Tenere know the truth. Where is conflict resolution committee? All the noblemen there, all of them have run away. But the more Igbo people support Nnamdi Kanu to commit this atrocity, the more you are creating division. Don't think it's about Biafra agitation. What we are doing today is being observed by the Biafran territory. But do I say the Igbo nation? We know when I use Igbo nation, it looks like we are trying to dominate the non-Igbo. If you use Biafran territory now, Nnamdi Kanu have criminalized it. Okay, let us go by the terms you can understand. The people of the South, South, and the Southeast. Each time you support Nnamdi Kanu against them, each time they go back and have meeting regarding what has happened. All the job people who are in IPOB, who controls them? It's in London. Next in Tukara. He never said anything, but he knows Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. He knows Chike Edoziem is a criminal. Of course, they are gentle people. They don't want to talk. They are imagining, how can Nnamdi Kanu call us out and merchandise us? Bone of contention. And I'm looking at some persons. They will sit back. Yeah, it's good. Chike Edoziem say they were complaining about him. The complaint is too much. Our people say we should do something. Chike Edoziem. Chike Edoziem. Tarara knew you people right from time. He knew all of you. He was actually employed to use, to rubbish, and maybe deceive his people. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for you. Nnamdi Kanu is a bone of contention. You must address it. Today, they are telling you that Nnenanya has short IPOB account. Why can't they expel Nnenanya? Well, that is what they are trying to do. And when we finish broadcast, they won't expel her again. But that is what they are trying to do. All the blame now, they will put it on Simeon Ekpa. That one was paid to do what he's doing. So he doesn't give a hoot about the whole thing. And the moment they tell you they expel Nnenanya, Ogurichi Owa, that means your money is gone. They will tell you it's in Nnenanya. These are bone of contention. Meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu is telling you they are poisoning me. I am sick. My stomach is smelling. My ear is bleeding. My nyash is leaking. Only Nnamdi Kanu. What a shame. So the bone of contention is that, why is it that all the people who came to support Nnamdi Kanu in Biafra agitation, all of them have been messed up by Nnamdi Kanu? Bone of contention. The bone of contention here is that, why is it that no politician in the southeast has been able to come out and confront the monster created by Nnamdi Kanu? Bone of contention. You just look at the hopelessness of supposedly Professor Soludo. That guy looked like a tout to me. All we are saying, give us a Nnamdi Kanu bone of contention. Professor Soludo should find out now. Why is Naya Baribe gradually disassociating? When IPOB was on the right path, people like Naya Baribe was talking. Dot people in the dot state. Now they know it's wrong. Now is now when Professor Soludo want to join. When the head of unknown gunmen is from Ehiala, Benjamin Madubugu. Who is deceiving who here? Now you see why Wike have to be brutal against IPOB member. He allowed Nigerians to have their way. Now you can see why if you make PEM, just cross River Niger and make PEM, your IPOB or your unknown government, thunder that will fire you. You are not ready for it. Why? Bone of contention. Chike Edoziem will be there deceiving himself. Chike Edoziem should understand. If Nnamdi Kanu will wake up one day and tell you that Chukwuemeka Iruanya is a criminal. Imam Mezu is a saboteur and working for Nigeria. Reta Nebogo stole our money. Eat Biafra money. Raphael Owazurike is a criminal and a hotelier. Uche Mefo sold Radio Biafra to Nigerian government. Obidi Obienu is the one mobilizing Oba youth to do kidnapping. Only Nnamdi Kanu. Dr. Uche Nwokenkwo and Ozurumba, they stole our money in America. What a shame. Bone of contention. Why are you people keeping quiet? Why they are trying to curry they want you to, sympathy. They want to attract sympathy. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is sick. He's even seeing his menstruation. Nnamdi Kanu is seeing his menstruation. Send him sanitary pad to Fiakwa. Why they are trying to do that? They are destroying the land. Bone of contention. They are mess. They can't clean it. Bone of contention. They spend their energy and resources destroying their own. Bone of contention. And now they are on social media. Oh, Simeon Ekpa have a great testimony. Miracle want to happen. Oh, Biafra is already here. Now listen to me and listen very clearly. With what we know. With the information at our disposal. I'm not in diaspora. Oh. You see me between the south and the southeast. In fact, today, I will have to go to Alioji. I'm going to Alioji this evening. And I'll sit among the bingos of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm going to 3 locations today in Aba. I will go to Akano Polo, Nengwa land. So Chinas, I tell your idiot to get ready. Akano Apollo. I'll be going there today. And I'll go to Alioji in Aba. Just to pick 1 or 2 items. And of course, I will check on a friend in Oshishioma. So I'm not in diaspora. But what am I trying to tell you? You see, as we speak, in 100 years' time, until Nnamdi Kanu repent, if you are waiting for Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra, you are gone. Not because he has sold it. He has destroyed everything that gives him the fine backup. I have told you before. If we wake up now, they say, oh, we give Nnamdi Kanu Biafra. I'm sure you will not even have that Biafra in Afari Beku. Not to talk of the southeast. So all of you deceiving yourself. Where do you think we are going? Bone of contention. I was said during the war, this one betray, this one sabotage, this one do this one. If Ojukwu was alive, maybe I would need to ask him what is the true meaning of saboteur. Because everything Nnamdi Kanu is doing, it will never yield fruit. The highest it can do is to kill Igbo people. Because the bone of contention has not been addressed. The issue has not been addressed. When people are supposed to be calling Nnamdi Kanu to order, they are still doing gra-gra. China Sanwo-Olu will come on radio and be bragging. We are that formidable. China Sanwo-Olu, if you are formidable, come to Nigeria. I think Nnamdi Kanu sneaking from Cameroon. He wanted to come and snap picture and then run back through Cameroon and say he's invincible. Is that not where they buy him? Is that not where they catch him? And then tell you it's Kenya rendition. They will all tell us the truth. These are issues to be addressed. Bone of contention. These are bone of contention. Why is it that at the same time we come out to fight for our freedom? We come out to fight for our right to self-determination. We come out to fight for a sustainable political and economic development. We see mad people along the line. Lunatic like Nnamdi Kanu. Bone of contention. They'll be on radio. Yes, we cannot agree at the Americans in Nigeria, at the United Nations, as you are making tweets, China Sanwo-Olu will be countering you. They must come and ask us now. When we put pressure on Nigeria, and then around 2016, the certain organizations responsible for reviewing our activity, they were sent to the southeast. They went to Enugu. From Enugu, they came to Anambra. From Anambra, they invited other monarchs in the southeast to come to Lagos. End of discussion. Maybe most of you must have forgotten. So they will ask people on ground. You think Obi of Onitsha is going to subscribe to your rubbish? Because as far as the southeast is concerned, only one monarch is recognized globally. Others can be officially, ceremonially recognized. In the southeast, if they want to talk to a monarch, only one monarch can have the attention of the Chatham House, even the King of England. If you want to address any monarch in the southeast, the only monarch they will attend to, they will invite, they will pay attention to is the Obi of Onitsha. And in the south, I tell you the truth, if they want to pay attention to own any monarch, they want to get information, it's the Obi of Abo. It's the Obi of Abo, the Deni. Am I saying this because they are anything? Because one it doesn't matter your Nnamdi Kanu trying to be among Nwobodo. He's not among. He's just taking advantage of the oppression we are going through in the name of one Nigeria. These are bone of contention, issues to be addressed. I see some of our people, they are there on social media, pushing all the blame of our emasculation, pushing the blame of our subjugation, pushing the blame of our affliction in one Nigeria against us because of their hatred of Nnamdi Kanu. And as much as I don't agree with what they are doing, I won't fight against them. Because those who have the truth will prevail in the end. These are bone of contention. Some people have developed hatred that everything happening in Igbo land, they will blame it on Igbo and they will speak on the favor of Hausa and Fulani and Yoruba. These are Igbo people who bone of contention. I am being meticulous. I am being reserved. Because when I talk now, they say, now because they no be Igbo man, now say they do. That is what you people will say. Of course, each time I say you people, I'm not talking to every Igbo. I'm talking to Nnamdi Kanu. My message is for Nnamdi Kanu Mugus. The area it concerns those of you who have sense is to please help us begin to engage the people, mobilize the people from the grassroots level to help us save them. I'm not talking to all of you. I'm talking to Nnamdi Kanu Mugu. Nnamdi Kanu Mugu. These are the ones who say Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, from Professor Soludo and all of them, who see Nnamdi Kanu as a relevant stakeholder in Igbo land. It's a Mugu. These are bone of contention, issues that must be addressed. If Nnamdi Kanu was released now, by now he would have tell us the Hausa man that is speaking with Soludo. Is that not what he said about Willie Obiano? Is that not what he said about Hope Uzodinma? Is that not what he said about Roger Sokorocha? That Hausa people used to sleep with them? That they are wearing pampers and their nyash is leaking? I'm trying to wonder who will tell us he's sleeping with Soludo. Useless set of people. And if you are from Anambra, I'm addressing Soludo, and you are not happy, you don't have sense. Check the way most of your governors, most of your leaders are misbehaving. Check other region if it will happen. No, check other region now. How many barracks do we have in Rivers State? Do you know how many barracks and police outposts we have in Rivers State? Remember where they keep you. The only place Nigerian army in Rivers State can misbehave is when you are caught in oil theft, bunkering. And they are not even there to molest you. They collect their own percentage and let you go. So you know people have the land. If any army make PEM in Rivers State without clearance from the governor, you will know that one in Wobudinwe. Is it because Rivers State is more powerful than Nigeria? Because your governor will not agree. Your governor is supposed to be your last line of defense. Soludo went to see Nnamdi Kanu in DSS Lodge. Soludo cannot tell Nnamdi Kanu, killing our people is not the way to go. Soludo is doing billboard with Anambra. After now, he will come out and tell us what he achieved. He will tell us what he achieved. Because when we are looking at P2B achievement now, I wonder if it's in heaven or somewhere in the spiritual world. That is what you people will still tell us. These are bone of contention. Honestly, you can't try that. A king was adopted in Anyoma land. The king was killed and his dead body taken to the other side of Anyoma land in Edo State. You didn't hear much about that king. You think we went to drink and issue press statement and moved away? Those idiots were apprehended. Those idiots got what they wanted. In fact, the police station that handled that matter, they have the rest story to tell. Have you seen them do that again? You think it's come on social media and kill your people so they fear you? Who fears that? Who fears that? Who fears that? These are bone of contention. These are bone of contention. Nigerian took time and studied all of us. Nigerian took time and studied all of us. The owners of One Nigerian took time and studied all of us. They know who we are. And for you to be able to escape their clutches, for you to be able to survive this ordeal, you must be unlearned. Those things that make people prosper in Nigeria, if it make you prosper in the supposedly Biafra land or Igbo land, I can assure you that that very issue must be addressed. It's a bone of contention. These are the things that is making Nnamdi Kanu to run mad. We say Nigerians are killing us. Nnamdi Kanu is killing us. Bone of contention. We say Nigerians are stealing our resources. Nnamdi Kanu is stealing our monthly due. Bone of contention. We say Nigerians blackmail us with social media. Nnamdi Kanu is blackmailing us with his media warrior recruit tout. Bone of contention. We say Nigeria is intimidating and harassing us. Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal gang are doing the same. Bone of contention. So how do you think you can win Nigeria where you have eventually become worse than Nigeria? You unlearn yourself. You are predictable. You have to change, mysteriously reposition yourself. Let me give you an insight to understand what I mean. A time came, states were created, and different states was given different name. For instance, they tell you Benue State is the food basket of the nation. They tell you Abia State is God's own town or land. They tell you that Imo State, I think Imo State is, why did I forget it? And then they tell you Lagos State is center of excellence. And then they come back and tell you that Edo State is the heartbeat. And then they move to Delta State and tell you that Delta State is the big heart. Check every name they gave to each state. It has something to do with who they are. So the former Bendel State is the heartbeat and the big heart of Nigeria. Watch Nigeria. Their madness no they reach that region. And you see, the people within that region, they don't take rubbish. They don't. Am I telling you they have sense? Am I telling you? No. The issue regarding bone of contention have been addressed. A region where almost every poll is different language. A region where everybody within that axis know how to respect themselves. Why? Because the issue of bone of contention have been addressed. And so as far as the Biafra Restoration Project is concerned, if this issue of the bone of contention regarding the project is not addressed, we are not going anywhere. That is the real fight we are fighting. Just mark today's date, the 2nd of the month of February 2023. Chike Dozie will expel himself. Tina Sanwo-Olu already have his own unknown gunmen waiting to fight Nnamdi Kanu. Benjamin Madubugu have his own unknown gunmen waiting to fight Nnamdi Kanu. Chike Edozie have his own unknown gunmen that will defend them, because they know that this very cabal they have built will destroy them. They are getting ready. But who do the dying? Who is doing the dying? Bone of contention. So our people must understand that this is the time for us to begin to address issues. These issues of bone of contention, begin to address them. From where you are, address them. And listen to Chike Edozie, Menene Terere did like this, Menene Terere did like that. Exactly what happened in Ojukwu government. These are the things that brought down the generation of 1967 to 1970. This was where they failed. Only God knows people advising Ojukwu. You have handled a nation. For 3 years you printed your currency. You have handled the nation. For 3 years you were able to extend some diplomatic relationship, ties with some countries. You have built a nation where ordinarily you were supposed to lobby people like Russia. We had rumor that they wanted to control the oil for 50 years, even the British government, and then leave us alone. Is it not how many years now since the Biafra independence? It was said that Ojukwu said no. He thought maybe the oil will finish by now. Among other things we didn't hear. These are bone of contention issues that need to be addressed. Now they have removed those regions from the southeast. What is Nnamdi Kanu going to use to canvass? What is he going to use to boast? What is he going to use to lobby? The undeveloped resources in Igbo land, which one of the reasons why it must not be developed is so that you do not have a bargaining power. Why are we doing like this? Is it the hatred of me that drives you, or the truth that will liberate you that should be of concern to you? A people so great, you are humbled to a grass level. A people so unique, you have been mesmerized beyond imagination. A people so wealthy, you have been impoverished, miserable in the midst of even your few accumulated naira and kobo. What a shame. The issue of the bone of contention must be addressed. Don't let anybody deceive you. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is giving us Biafra. If Nnamdi Kanu give us Biafra today, I swear to God, Biafra will fight internal war for as long as I can remember. I can't come out and work with a brother who took us to take oath to defend our people. His intention is to give us oath to shut us up. Nnamdi Kanu, don't you see none of your Mugu is taking oath again? No Mugu of Nnamdi Kanu is taking oath. It was knowledge, wisdom, grace that set me apart. These people would have poisoned me and tell you it's a Binu Pabe that killed me. Huh? That is what they do. That is what they do. How did I know? There is a boy they call Nebedum in Abia State. A very committed IPOB member then. He had issue with them because once you see the truth, you tell them the truth, you become a saboteur. Go and look at Menene Terere now. Why did they expel him? Because he must have started confronting them. In the DOS, I don't agree with them. Till tomorrow, I don't agree with them. It's very painful that some of them don't even have sense up till now. Still doing the same rubbish. Nebedu refused to agree with certain criminality of Nnamdi Kanu. The next thing you see, they start poisoning Nebedum. Nebedum were vomiting blood for more than 3 weeks. Those of you in Abia. Nebedum was vomiting blood. He needed money to help himself. I called China Sanworu and said, this boy is a hardcore. Because more than 3 years, I was the one that is coordinating Abia State. I knew the people that were working sincerely. I say in the absence of Ikechukwu Gwoha, who was the state coordinator then, Chibueze Uwala was asked to go and hide. I know where all of them hide though. Then I was not a saboteur. Thunder we go fire all of una. I told China Sanworu, we need to help this guy. This is his condition. China Sanworu said, we don't need to help them. That they look like Isaru Chukwu that is killing him. And these things make me shock. These things make me know how my own case will be. So if you are there now, the Kanu is using you, my guy, from your mouth, God is declaring judgment on you. That thing they are using you to do to another person, they will do it to you. This is a bone of contention that need to be addressed. I can't tell Nebedum what they said. And if Nebedum have to come across this broadcast, I'm just saying it for the first time. Because I'm packaging it for Nnamdi Kanu to come out. As I say it, I play the audio. As I say it, I play the audio. Ifere ke bu onu le chane, ireji shinde nkono akpa to makasa, to fiakwa. Nebedum almost died. His business destroyed. His family almost broke up. And I thank God Nebedum's wife is a strong woman. They did all they can. Nebedum went back to his place. He started by fighting for his health. And he has recovered. How did he recover? Move away from people poisoning you. You begin to recover. IPOB planted somebody close to me. That is one day. One day I will ask all of them question. Ikechukwu Gwoha was the closest person to me. What I don't understand is how I can be poisoning regularly with the president of Ikechukwu Gwoha. I gave my life to that guy. And one day my wife called me. She said, something is wrong somewhere. Which people buy food for you to eat? Where do you eat? I said, these are the two people. In fact, the two people who have access to my food is Ikechukwu Gwoha and one of my brother called Ikechukwu. And I trust these people with my life. I can't believe they will even have that mindset. And my wife said, it doesn't matter who is involved now. I think you are being poisoned. Among other things, she's a midwife. Among other things. So when somebody who is in the medical profession tells you, this is biologically incorrect, you are not sick, something is wrong somewhere. You know, when doctor don't treat you, go advise you to go see your pastor. And once they tell you, say, go see your pastor, you know, say, this one no be paracetamol matter. What did I do? I pulled back. I stopped accepting anything from anybody. That is how I saved myself. In fact, the last Abba bet they did to me was inside church. One church in Rumokoro. Because from their conversation, I know what they are doing. So if a pastor will think killing me for Nnamdi Kanu will give us Biafra, can't you see the bone of contention? Turn that way, go fire all of una, they wait for now. Don't wound the animal you cannot kill. And then Nebedum recovered and he ran for his life. All of you poisoning other people, they will poison you. All of you doing unknown government, killing other people, they will kill you. All of you on social media blackmailing and lying, you will be blackmailed. He who lives by the sword will die by the sword. And that is why Uchemefo will say, anything we do, let that thing we do follow us. What Nnamdi Kanu did, we follow Nnamdi Kanu. What George ONYIBE did, we follow George ONYIBE. Those of you, Mugu of Nnamdi Kanu, everything you are doing will follow you. Bone of contention. So now the Kanu is in DSS. They are expelling everybody. So what did the Menena Terena do? Did he collect money from Nigerian government? All those of you who are not Igbo, you are following Nnamdi Kanu. He's just using you. to get cheap popularity. Have you seen where his popularity stop? Only fools walk within Nnamdi Kanu. Only fools walk within Nnamdi Kanu. Only criminals walk within Nnamdi Kanu. Whether they are politician, whether they are pastor, anybody associating with Nnamdi Kanu, mark my word, they are your enemy. Where is Merere Terere? When they blackmailed me out, they come on Radio Biafra and blew him up. Merere Terere, a human rights activist, a very loyal, very special freedom fighter, very principled. Atono, on a timpu, on a rina banazo. What is she? But the bone of contention is, why will you do this to your people? Onye kunye akwatu weya. Once you stand, it will bring you down. Only Nnamdi Kanu must be the savior. Bone of contention. So just look at it. Simeon Ekpa is still giving you candidate to Biafra coming. You are dreaming, you are hallucinating. You have issue to address. So for your information, as I'm speaking to you, I am in Imo State. As I'm speaking to you this morning, I am in Imo State. It's from Imo State that I will be going to Aba later in the day. So everything you are doing, we know. What we don't know is that why some of you will support the killing of your people. Those of you with IPOB have destroyed your business. They have destroyed your marriage. They have destroyed everything. Now the Kanu and his criminal tout are making arrangement to run. Begin to rebuild your life because they will shock you. Bone of contention. All of you are collateral damage. So begin to look at issues that are working contrary against the genuine plan. They are bone of contention. It must be addressed. It must be reviewed. We must make positive change. We must make positive change. How do you make this positive change? How do you introduce a platform for addressing this bone of contention? You must reward faithfulness for faithfulness. You must reward truth for truth. You must reward dignity for dignity. You must reward discipline for discipline. You must reward faithfulness for faithfulness. You must address them for what they are. Because our people say when you praise somebody for the one he has done before, the person will do more. Stop joining them to destroy innocent men. Nobody will come out again. Nobody will come out again. I have had chat with many IPOB principal officers who have left. They didn't announce it officially, but they are gone. And I asked most of them, oh, why do you leave? You know what they say? Oga, if you be saboteur, Oga problem dey o. I no want wahala. It's bone of contention. And some of you believe, oh, George got to leave it and go out. So now they cannot continue to do it to people. Bad market for all of them. So now that Merere Terere have been suspended, what else will you do? What else will you do? The earlier we stop covering evil, because we think it's our brother, let's cover it, the better for you. The Kanu cannot escape this atrocity. Karma is upon him already. Let us reward sincerity. Let us reward truth. Let us reward faithfulness. Let us reward men and women of integrity. Let us stand by what is good, that which can build our values. Help the next youth to inspire, to upgrade their level of morality. if we do this, most of these issues of bone of contention will handle himself. While we are trying to shy away, pretending, my brother, a lot of things will be destroyed. All of you, they are expelling and employing. Did they employ you? It will come to all of you. But the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu was not looking for any Biafra. He wanted to be a political godfather, like the Jagaban. His wife will be Oloja of Igbo land or Biafra land. Nothing more. David Umar, you know what I'm saying. So when you want to be a governor, you go and visit him or Hamandioshi. He now endorse you. This is not the era. And we are not that kind of people. Our issue has not been addressed. And our issue must be addressed. But meanwhile, we cannot focus on Nigeria for doing certain things to us, which Nnamdi Kanu have done worst against. It is hypocritical. I come out now and tell you, oh, Nigeria is doing this, oh, they are doing that. Or I come out now and I challenge our people who are laundering the image of Nigerian to the detriment of their own people. My brother, I lose the moral ground to do that. Because what Nnamdi Kanu is doing already is unbelievable. So the issue of the bone of contention remains one of the greatest challenges that must be addressed. Meanwhile, pay attention to the issue of Nne Nayanya. They are hiding our money. Nothing more, nothing less. And also tell Nnamdi Kanu that he must give account of that monthly due. All the political negotiation, political acceleration, political mechanization, political exploration, all of them political of Nnamdi Kanu, our eyes are on the ball. Very unfortunate. On this note, I will stop. I would have welcomed you to the Saboteur Club. But you know how to find your way. Now you are a saboteur. In the coming days, they are going to attack you. You are a criminal. Let God help you that they have not set you up. Because they will come and set you up and video you and keep it to tarnish your image. But the hand of God was mighty upon me. I caught them in their own game. That is why they can't bring my video to set me up. My few pictures you saw online, 90% of my picture you saw online is coming from Ikechukwu Gwoha. Because lately when I was poisoned, struggling with those poisons, I have said that the person that helped me to cure the alphabet, which later returned some months later, is from Abia State. And so that time I was struggling with the poison. I was always with Ikechukwu. Somebody said, African rep, let's snap with you. I told Ikechukwu, I don't do this. He said, no worry, they can be trusted. Today, all those pictures are on social media. But what you do to other people, they will do to you. Ikechukwu was a major project. Ikechukwu Gwoha, he was a major project. Because it looked like I'm going to bring this fight to some of you idiots on ground. What they wanted to do is, after rubbishing me, they will rubbish Ikechukwu Gwoha. But when they discovered that my own issue became unprecedented, they now leave Ikechukwu. And so if Ikechukwu Gwoha is busy following them to kill fellow Igbo people and rubbish Igbo people, we shall look into it later. Where are all the people Nnamdi Kanu were arranging to go and give me chieftaincy title in Anambra? Useless set of people. I have been telling you, there is great evil against Igbo nation coming from Nnamdi Kanu and his group. You won't be able to see it clearly if you are with them. Move back. You can stand in two positions to be able to see it. Join the hierarchy of leadership. You will see the buying and selling going on there. So if you are not a member of the court called DOS, or HOD, you don't know what is happening. And if they have not expelled you, you don't know what is happening. maka ndị wenyi so onye mara ihe ibe mare akpọwa iji ha. Onye mara ihe ibe mare akpọwa iji ha. When you know what your mate know, they will say you are a bad person. We know the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu. So, oh, we are bad people. And now I love that name. He suits me. He's saboteur like me. So what else? I've said so much thing this morning. But what I really need you to go with this morning is those questionable character, those questionable activity, those questionable issues. I call them bone of contention. Begin to look out of them. Begin to ask questions. Begin to inquire of them. You see, nobody can be able to fool you. If we move out of the way now, today, all the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu, they will blame it on the Igbo people. And I say it's not the Igbo people. It is a Nnamdi Kanu cause. It is disease. He has to live with it. So those of you on the political pavilion, we are jumping up and down. That thing will not work. And those who are supposed to get involved in political participation, I don't know why they allow themselves to be defeated to the extent that they think that this same group of criminals who have made our life misery will change their future. But let us see how it's going to be. My happiness is that we are not in a hurry. We'll be here for a very long time. And God be our witness. We will leave no stone unturned. But if we must speak, we will speak the truth. If we must speak, we'll speak the right thing. On this note, I sign off from here. Monitor Nayanya. They are siphoning our money already. Monitor IPOB. They are siphoning our money already. Have it at the back of your mind that the madness of Nnamdi Kanu, if it is not checked, will end up in the killing of Igbo people across Nigeria. Mark it. Because now they are killing Igbo people, showcasing their dead body on social media. Very soon they will take it to another tribe. Because all the Igbo people they kill, have you done anything? No, imagine a sitting Idato local government chairman. They brought him on social media and behead him. Soludo saw that picture. A whole politician like Soludo, they behead him. They killed him like a chicken. Soludo didn't say anything. Soludo want to put the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu on innocent Igbo people. The same innocent Igbo people dying. No, if you are Igbo man, go and watch that video. And tell me na Igbo Amaka. No, go and watch that video. When you finish watching the video, come on my platform and curse me and tell me that Igbo Amaka. Let me know the kind of animal that you are. Probably the kind of drug that you take. We have these challenges everywhere. But they never burn that person, that idiot. No matter the sin of any son of Agbo man, they never burn the idiot. You can't behead them. Your generation will wish they never existed. They never burn you. And then Igbo people are sitting down. Now the Kanu is giving order. They are beheading Igbo people lower than a chicken. At least you kill chicken, you eat the chicken. Okay. They are eating those people. They use their intestine to do pepper soup. And actual Biafra. But all these things don't mean anything to you. Your own is as a demented individual. You are going to come here and say, you are idiot, you are stupid, you are hopeless. We know the drug Nnamdi Kanu take. We will cure his madness. But meanwhile, let him finish his negotiation. Let's know the people we are up against. Amandi and Eze. Let me see if there is any Nnamdi Kanu idiot on this platform before I sign off. We have Biafra at the crossroad. Of course, that is my brother, Udo Wele. These are good people. Nnamdi Kanu call them evil. We have Nkechigwe. Nkechigwe, of course, formidable, a very sincere person. All these people are saboteurs because they are sincere. Who is this one? Nnaji.
Najichuku, he say foolish Chike Doziem and foolish speaking from. Of course, Chike Doziem is a puppy, very mugu, hopeless idiot. Chike Doziem, you will know how Nnamdi Kanu function. He just move mugu, 1.1 tapper in Germany. Chike Doziem. It's easy to manipulate. Tony Zulumike was busy hammering in Nayanya. You know Nayanya don't have husband. They turn our office in our embassy in Germany to hotel room. Tony Zulumike hammer Nayanya. Even Nayanya na young girl, she for don't carry belly. So they were on the bed one day doing love while we were in DOS meeting. They didn't pause their mic. Tinas and Woduna told me, listen to their voice. Can you imagine Tony Zulumike and Nne Nayanya making love in our embassy? And then Nnamdi Kanu was hearing. That is why you don't hear about our embassy in Germany anymore. So Nnamdi Kanu was like, so Tony Zulumike, you are the one combusing my sister. Huh? How can you be paroling my auntie? To fear quarter economy. And these are the people who tell you, he's a saboteur, he's a evil. Chike Doziem is just a dundee. Heavy gbenwu. The guy na heavy gbenwu, no brain. And he can, yes, I am Chike Doziem. I am from Ihioma. Ihioma is in Olo. Olo is in Biafra land. We have worked very hard. We cannot be distracted. Atoro everywhere. Rubbish people. Where are now the Kanu Mugu? I have Michael Ibe. He says, show your face. My guy, this is old. Michael, these are old slogan. Show your face. Show your face. How many times did Nnamdi Kanu show his face when he started broadcasting? Nnamdi Kanu broadcast for more than 1 year. He didn't show his face. You did not ask him to show your face. Show your face. Eh? You are not IPOB member. You are just another idiot. A hopeless fella. As IPOB member on ground, the day any of them will provoke me, work past me where I wasn't wearing me one annual Tifionia. Show your face, show your face. I've been to DSS. I've been arrested many times. Nigeria know me. IPOB know me. Everybody know me. From Igede, Yala, Idoma, Urobo, Ishekri. I've been everywhere. All of them know me. Ask P2B know me. Ask Nnamdi Kanu, Ejiofor wife that is a DSS. Ask Barry Stefan Ejiofor. Ask Aloy Ejimaka. All of them know me. Show your face, show your face. Ask Nnaya Nwodo. Ask late Professor Ben Wabuzi. Ask Professor Amechi Mbazurike. All of them know me. Show your face, show your face. Ask Governor Wike. Ask Timi Priye Silva. Ask Okowa. Show your face. All of them know me. Atoro. Show your face. Old news. Any other Nnamdi Kanu idiot? Who is this one? He said Jude St. Jerome. He said go and sleep. George ONYIBE, you can't stop IPOB freedom quest. Of course, these are deleted individual. IPOB business quest, not freedom quest. Look at you now. Check the child. I have said something. My last son was about 4 months. When I was picked up by DSS. Go and look at the boy now. He stand up to me. When he's going to school, I say, go and change that shoe. He said, Daddy, this is the one I want to wear. Which means he has sense. As hopeless as you are, at your age, almost 20 years now, you are on social media. No wonder they call most of you online country. Ordinarily, when you have issues like this, you register your displeasure. You protest. Some of the bone of contention is that we cannot protest anymore. Some of the bone of contention is that since Nnamdi Kanu recent arrest, have you put on anything about Biafra? Have you said anything about Biafra? He say he can't stop IPOB. You don't know Nnamdi Kanu have stopped it already. He's looking for her to be assimilated into Nigeria. Before now, he will say it is Biafra out there. He will give us Biafra. Have you heard Nnamdi Kanu mention Biafra once? Aside the count charges against him from the Nigerian court, have you heard Nnamdi Kanu since his current international orientation? Have you heard him mention Biafra? Look at you, Michael. Shame on you. A very big mugu. You have been sold. You don't know. Any other Nnamdi Kanu idiot? Let me be curing them. Who is this one? Okay, what? I don't know what you are saying. Where are the Nnamdi Kanu mugu? Where are the Nnamdi Kanu mugu? Nothing to say again. And so for those of you, Nnamdi Kanu bingos, you had the privilege to comment. I'm not blocking you this morning because I want to believe you are not beyond redemption. You will be cured. But other ones, if I feel like, I will block you because I now work in block industry. Once I block you, you will not have access to liberation anymore. You will be lost. So don't let anybody deceive you. Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. Nnamdi Kanu action does not promote the Igbo cause, not to talk of the Biafran. Nnamdi Kanu is a businessman all the time. They are siphoning our monthly due around the world. That is exactly what they are doing. Nothing more. Nothing more. And then you have another idiot, Ewulu, Ifeanyi. He said, you have not started crying yet. But then, who is crying? Who is crying actually? Just only me, one man squad. Only me, George ONYIBE, one man squad. One man squad, only me. But now IPOB thought maybe they would have poisoned me, maybe unknown gunmen. I know we all of an unknown gunmen they stay. South, South, and Southeast. The one in Southeast now, the one in South now, if they make PM, I will carry us back, follow them up in Rivers State. I will carry Anyoma Defense, follow them up in Delta State. I will carry Igbesu Boys, follow them up in Bayelsa State. I will carry Ochi, follow them up in Cross River State. I will carry Omonoba in Edo State, follow them up in Edo State. They are not going anywhere. You think we are joking? He said you are crying. Cry for what? I'm glad what happened the way it happened. Because we were busy trying to correct Nnamdi Kanu to rehabilitate the idiots. Today they would have blamed us for the killing of Igbo people. So I'm happy what happened the way it happened. When we were there, they were not killing Igbo people and eating their meat. They were not killing Igbo people, beheading them, raping them. They were not doing that to Igbo people. Sonembogo, Inyachuku, Menimo, Eronimo, Nuoge Jumobio, Wogo, Nosokamo, Osolobwe, Menimekele, Rena, Fansoyao. Now you get the point? Our people must pay attention. Don't let all these social media bubuyeke to distract you. They have lowered our value. They have created more division in Igbo land. We know how Nnamdi Kanu function. He will never have his way. I strongly believe, as far as Nigeria remains the Nigeria we know today, Nigeria must split. And when that time comes, if we are not able to raise genuine leaders who will stand in the gap to negotiate for the future of the next generation, we will further be enslaved beyond our imagination. That is why we are still here, building capacity. That is why we are still here, encouraging political participation. That is why we are still here, teaching our people to live without fear, making them to see the value of standing by the truth, because God alone will protect you. Imagine, look at where we are. Look at Nnamdi Kanu with the arsenal of criminals all around him. Look at him. I'm only on Facebook. Just look at Nnamdi Kanu, very frustrated. Both his ally from Yoruba land, his ally from Hausa land, his ally in Igbo land, all of them put together. Look at the frustration. You are saying you are not like, you cannot stop by this one, you cannot stop this one. Agunwanye, you are welcome, my sweetheart. You have abandoned me, Agunwanye. If IPOB hear this one and they say, he's the humanizer, he's the humanizer. Nnamdi Kanu and lie. Nnamdi Kanu lento. ndị orogodo enyi pụghadị achụ Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu ere enyi bụ ewu ochie ekpa. Nnamdi Kanu ere enyi bụ ewu ochie ekpa. Aghọta n'ime ihe risi ndị no. Enyi nwapụ akwademeni so Nnamdi Kanu lọdị na-echọ inwenye onwe enyi. Nnamdi Kanu aghachi azụ osili enyi, o deliver enyi, o document enyi. Enyi agwa Nnamdi Kanu ihe niile ma ọrị mmanụ. Ndị nke enyi ka ata afụfụ ahụ. Nnamdi Kanu egbeghị ụtọ sị enyi wu ndị ohi. Ọzọ na oyenyi yi ikwu na enyi ke defend Biafra. Now, can you keep me? Now defend Biafra or now defend Nnamdi Kanu? And now you get the point. We've made our stand. I beg our people. If our land is good, it will be good for all of us. If our land is bad, it will be bad for all of us. We came out in the first place because we want our land to be good. If what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is what we save our land, continue following Nnamdi Kanu. God will be the judge of us all. But if what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is yahoo, let us see how it ends. Begin to consider issues that are bone of contention. And pay attention to Nenayanya. You know, when I call, I say, pay attention to these people. Pay attention here. When I say, pay attention to Nnamdi Kanu heart transplant. Did the heart transplant no die? Now they are siphoning the money. Most of you already in the system have seen evidence. Maybe that is why they're removing Terene Menene. Maybe that's why they are sparing Terene Menene. They now want to move the money. Chike doesn't want to show you his hand is not there. So he wrote a memo. Nobody should send money to Germany. I thought our embassy is in Germany. Cheap, common criminals feeding on the misery of their own people. This is where I sign off this morning. Later in the day, we'll give you further updates. Don't let Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal gang deceive you. Team on Epana, they are rejoicing. Oh, we are rejoicing for the good news. Oh, good news. My brother, with the position we are, no moral country, no normal country will ever raise their voice in support for us. It's over. Not under Nnamdi Kanu. A man who came on Radio Biafra, tell you all manner of rubbish. America is evil, but he wanted to lobby Obama by yahoo. Britain is evil, and he's a British citizen, a criminal like Nnamdi Kanu. Hausa Fulani Janjaweed are evil, but yet he is the friend of the Hausa Fulani. In fact, with Atiku and P2B, they sealed us, delivered us, and documented us, turned our fire all of honor. Yorubas are evil. Kufani Kayode is his in-law. Tufiakwa. You people pay attention. Pay attention. We live in the dark to serve the light. Goodbye for now. We'll see you later. Igbo bu Igbo. Igbo bu Igbo. True descendant. True descendant. Aborigine. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.